Hello, class of 2024. It is my honor, as a representative of the college's wonderful faculty and staff, to welcome you to Harvard. I know that no matter where you come from, whether you have traveled to campus or not, it was not easy to get to this moment. You should be proud of your hard work and your many achievements. Your past, though, doesn't define you. It prepares you. Harvard is where you are, but not who you are. And now it's time to stop looking backwards and start looking ahead. And so, as I welcome you to Harvard today, I want to urge you to think seriously about what it means to you to undertake this 4-year journey through a liberal arts and sciences education at this particular moment. You are starting college at a peculiar moment for higher education and in our nation's history, when our most deeply held values, truth, reason, civility, democracy, are at risk. In one of my favorite movies, the first Lord of the Rings movie, Frodo laments to Gandalf, "I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened." And Gandalf responds, "So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." I wish that COVID-19 didn't exist. I wish our society were in a better place and that you were starting college under different circumstances. But here we are. And so you will have to decide what to do with this time that has been given to you and how you will use your considerable talents and the opportunities available to you at Harvard to create a better world than the one that is being handed to you. In other words, Harvard's mission of educating the citizens and citizen leaders for our society has never been more important, and we're counting on you. Deciding what kind of citizen and citizen leader you will be is not a decision you can make overnight, nor should you. It's a process. Today, I want to suggest 3 decisions you can make right now to begin that process. First, commit to wearing a mask and practicing physical distancing to protect yourself, your families, your friends, and the well-being of thousands of people here at Harvard and in our surrounding communities. If we can't get this right on campus, we will have to de-densify campus again. And if we can't get this right as a society, the pandemic will not be contained for a long time. Second, decide to lead by example. The majority of problems calling for leadership are everyday situations, and citizen leaders inspire others through their actions. Citizen leaders think independently and hold themselves and others accountable. When you put on that mask, when you bring your energy and enthusiasm to a Zoom class and raise the level of discussion with your thoughtful questions, when you sign up to be a poll worker on election day to make sure people have the chance to vote, when you stand up in the moment for something you believe in, you are leading by example. Third, decide to break out of comfortable patterns and embrace change. As you begin Harvard, you may feel like the way forward is to do high school all over again, to jump through a series of hoops and prove yourself. One of the most important things I want to tell you today is that you don't have to prove yourself. You are already admitted to Harvard, and you all belong here. And we hope your experience of college will be one not of showing the world what you can do and being rewarded with a credential, but rather by discovering what needs to be done and how you can use your talents to create the world you envision. Let me explain by drawing a contrast for you between 2 possible ways that you can approach your time here that I've shared with past classes. Your 4 years here can be transactional or they can be transformational. A transactional education looks like this. You will pick your classes on the basis of what others are taking. You will pick them with your GPA in mind. You are reenacting the script that in many cases has worked for you up to this point, that got you here. You will think about college the way you would think about a financial investment, as a clearly defined means to an end. You will take shopping period literally, choosing your classes as you would choose a designer label that is more about impressing others than being true to your interests. In this script, you are starting Harvard with an incredible amount of certainty about what you will do here and what you will do with your life, with no possibility of deviation. There are benefits that will be familiar to you from this approach. You may get an A, you may feel comfortable, and you may get material results. On the other hand, a transformational college experience might look like this. It is rooted in the ideal of intellectual exploration, in the pursuit of connecting with people who are different from you and learning from them, and in the process of reflecting on what you have learned and deciding what kind of person you are going to be. What does intellectual exploration look like? Instead of focusing on a material goal, medical school, Wall Street, grad school, You focus on the path. You take courses that are difficult if they interest you, not just courses you think you should take. You read and question, even if those pursuits take you down a slightly different path. You join organizations that spark in you a sense of meaning and purpose. You find new comfort outside of what has, in the past, felt safe. You learn to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. What does social exploration look like? Instead of gravitating to people you knew in high school or remind you of your favorite person, you actively seek connections with people who are different from you. You embrace differences in values, differences in outlooks, differences in life stories. When you pursue these connections, you will come to realize that every person's story is valid, meaningful, and worthwhile. And you will discover in that process that you can connect to people in ways that you never imagined. This willingness to connect with others different from you will serve you well as you prepare to enter our global society. As my colleague Mike Smith liked to say, don't compare yourself to others, connect with them. What does personal transformation mean? This requires reflection. It means knitting together a story about your life that will help you answer these questions. Who am I and who do I want to be? What can I learn from others? What can they learn from me? What are my gifts and talents, and how can I best use them to serve the world? Beginning to know ourselves will help us in answering these questions. Today, I want to encourage you to recognize that this transformational path, while more difficult, is more rewarding. It can be more comfortable to take the familiar path, but to see Harvard as another 4 years of building your resume while your life is on hold is to miss out on the best of what this institution can offer and the best of what you can contribute. College is not a stop on the way to the rest of your life. This is your life. And these 4 years of college are where the patterns for your lives will be set. If you spend these years taking no chances, reinforcing your beliefs, deferring any reflection on who you are and what you want, you will be doing the same thing in 20 years. You will be speeding through life with no direction. But if you open yourself to what this community has to offer, if you question, if you ask yourself what you believe and who you want to be, then you will begin to see and value yourself in new ways as you evolve into the person you will become. To embrace your own transformation may sound like a selfish pursuit when there is so much work to be done in our world, especially at this moment. But it is actually the only way forward. We can only begin to change the world if we're open to changing ourselves. When you commit to something beyond yourself that you're truly passionate about, even if the path seems daunting and success is not guaranteed, whether it's becoming a teacher, defeating a pandemic, bringing art into the world, or working on an election campaign, the experience will be more rewarding for you personally, but also for society. When you commit to trying to understand other perspectives and experiences, to opening your mind and your eyes to what is around you, rather than closing yourself off, you learn from those who see the world differently, and they learn from you. But the consequences are far more reaching and far-reaching when we begin to create a society in which we are truly listening to each other, when we listen with the same intensity that we want to be heard. When you commit to the idea that there are many things to know and you do not know all of them, you become open to changing your perspective and you grow as a person. This is how new ideas and new approaches emerge that can impact society. As you start classes and meet new people, I urge you to watch and listen closely to your professors, to your peers, to the texts you read. Ask questions, listen more closely, and then more closely still. And when you recognize that you still don't have the answers, ask more questions. Thomas Mann wrote, quote, "There is at bottom only one problem in the world, and this is its name. How does one break through? How does one get into the open? How does one burst the cocoon and become a butterfly?" Harvard can't make you an educated person. Only you can do that. And Harvard can't make you change the world. Harvard can supply the tools, but only you can decide if you want to break through. We're going to face many challenges and have many joys this year. We're going to do all of this together. Thank you, Semper Veritas, and welcome to Harvard College.
Good afternoon, class of 2024. Welcome to Convocation, the official ceremony that marks your start at Harvard. Yours is the first class that has ever had a virtual convocation, and since we are being recorded, you will have this to look back on in the years to come and reflect on what I hope will be the many extraordinary experiences you have had here. Convocation is one of my favorite events of the year because it is centered around what I think of as one of the greatest gifts in life, being new. Newness brings with it a range of emotions. I doubt there is anyone out there right now who isn't feeling some combination of excitement, enthusiasm, restlessness, nervousness, joy, and anxiety. All of this is natural when you're starting something new. But newness offers us something far greater, a chance to redefine ourselves. You are doing so this year amidst an historic global event, and you may be asking yourself, what role will I play? This year has shown us the strength of, but also the challenges inherent in, our current society and systems. Everything from all the aspects of the pandemic that has affected our daily lives, and the reason why we are having this convocation remotely, to the related economic and social toll. And just as important, this time has illuminated the systematic racial injustices in this country. The current circumstances have shaped our views and purpose in different ways in such a short time. It is natural for all of this to bring out feelings of despair, but it also offers great opportunity. Opportunity for you to think about who you are, what you want to bring to this community and the world through this profound moment in history. Believe it or not, there aren't that many chances throughout our lives to press the reset button, but now is one of those times for you. Being new means you have a fresh opportunity to define who you are. You can choose what you bring to your new home here at Harvard or remotely, all the things that make you who you are, and you can also choose what you want to leave behind. Newness means not just finding and defining who you are, but exploring and creating your community. Most of you are surrounded by unfamiliar faces, whether it's down the hallway or on the screen. Trying to find your way around literally, but also trying to find your place figuratively. Don't worry about that uncertainty, embrace it. Step into the uncomfortableness of being new, because it is a skill you will need not only in the coming weeks, but throughout your life. I know being new isn't easy. Just 4 years ago, I was new to Harvard and felt like a stranger in a strange place. Didn't help matters when on my second day, I lost my ID on a run and couldn't get into my apartment in Mather House. I went for a meal in Annenberg and stood awkwardly looking for someone to sit with. I walked across the yard and didn't see any familiar faces, and it was scary. But by October, things had changed. The place became more familiar and I found my footing. You will have an immediate opportunity for leadership, as we are handing over this wonderful community that many have worked hard to create for you, to hold in your hands, to take care of, and to set the conditions for your upper level peers to return. I can't sit here today and tell you what it feels like to be a young adult in the year 2020. You were born in the shadow of the worst terrorist attack in America's history. Many of you likely went to high school wondering if a gunman would appear in the hallway. And you're beginning college at a time when trust in our major institutions has plummeted. But all of this only means that we need people like you to offer ideas, to get involved, to push back when something isn't right, and to show up, and yes, to vote. 2 years ago, I sat in Harvard Yard while John Lewis delivered remarks to the graduating class of 2018. He reminded us that we are never too young and never too old to lead. His words are as powerful now as they were then, and I hope you take them to heart. This is my 4th year as Dean of Students here at Harvard College, and in that time, I have learned many invaluable lessons from students like you. But perhaps the most valuable lesson I've learned is that the most rewarding parts of my day are the ones I did not plan. The spontaneous encounter with a student in the yard, the smiles on the faces of a group of students walking together, in a physically distant way, of course, the idle chit-chat with students over Zoom before a meeting begins, or the sunset over the Charles that I didn't have the time to stop and look at, but I did for a few minutes anyway. The degree that you will hold in your hand when you walk out of here 4 years from now may be what drew you here in the first place, and it is indeed extraordinarily valuable. But don't let those moments when life truly happens pass you by, especially now. Now is the time to lean into this moment where everyone is in learning mode, where you are charting a path that no first-year student has ever traveled. Lean into the uncertainty that is all around us, the shared responsibility you have to each other and to your upper-level peers, and to taking as much as you can from this time. Find your in-between moments, the moments where you don't know if you should say yes to a socially distant walk across campus, or moments where you're worried about a test but a friend asks for a moment of your time. The choices you make in those moments give you the opportunity to define yourself again and again. I want to end my brief comments with this. You can choose to be anyone you want during the years you spend here. It is highly likely that you will grow and change during your Harvard years, and indeed we hope so. But whoever you are and however you choose to define yourself, there's one thing that simply will not change over the course of these next 4 years, and that is that you belong here. Whether you are the first or the 15th in your family to attend college, whether you traveled a great distance to be here or simply across the Charles River, or whether you are watching this from your dorm room or your family's living room, Harvard is your home. It is home for each and every one of you. And together, this is our collective home and our collective community, and you are a part of it. You are not a guest at Harvard. You are Harvard. Thank you, and I cannot wait to share these extraordinary years with you. I now have the pleasure of introducing two very exciting parts of the program, a video featuring you, the class of 2024, followed by an address by Harvard's president, Larry Bacow. Thanks so much.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Zori. I can't wait to meet you all.
I'm Griffin, and hello, Harvard.
Hey, Harvard. My name is Serena Ahuja. I like puns, and if you don't like cheesy jokes, you're lactose intolerant. Can't wait to meet you.
Hi, Harvard. My name is Stephanie Lynn.
Hi, my name is Matthew Cole, and I am so excited to be a part of the Harvard class of 2024. Woo!
Hi, guys. My name is Vivian. I am so excited to meet you guys, and I hope we have a really good year.
Hey, Harvard. It's Jose Garcia Gonzalez, and I'm very excited to meet and suffer with all of you this year.
Hi, Harvard. I'm Farida.
Hi, Harvard. I'm Caleb.
Hi, Harvard. I'm Malika.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Alexander.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Rapsa.
Hey, Harvard. My name is Alexandria King.
Hello, Harvard. Albert Zhang here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Gabriel, and I'm excited to meet all of you.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Ella.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Claire.
Hey, Harvard. My name is Ahmed.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Ebony. I'm so excited to meet you guys.
Hi, I'm Rohan.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Jara Walensky.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Jordan from Harlem, New York City, and I'm really excited to meet you all and be here.
Hi, class of 2024.
My name is Nia.
And I'm her sister, Karen. Hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm from Newton, Massachusetts. I can't wait to meet all of you. And best of luck.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lylena Estabrin, and I'm so excited to Zoom with you all.
Hi, Harvard. My name is Mira Alpers, and I'm super excited to join the class for 2024.
Hey everyone, I'm Nicole.
Hi everyone, my name is Soleil. I'm really excited to meet and get to know all of you, and I can't wait for the next 4.
Hey Harvard, my name is Logan Kelly.
Hi, Harvard.
Hi there, Harvard. My name is Travis.
Hi, Harvard. I'm Matilda, and this is me sliding into freshman year.
Hello, Harvard.
My name's Olivia.
My name is Sandy.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Jeffrey.
Hey, Harvard. My name is Allison.
Hi, my name is Shruti, and I'm extremely excited to be attending Harvard this year.
I'm Ben Freudenberg, and I'm excited to be part of Harvard's class of 2024.
Hello, I'm Lauren Kui, and I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Helena. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I couldn't be more excited to be here.
G'day guys, I'm Michael.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Danny.
I'm Alex.
We're from sunny Sydney, Australia.
And we're so excited to meet you guys.
See you on Zoom.
Привіт, Harvard. Hi, Harvard. I'm Nika and I'm from Ukraine, and I can't wait to see you all.
Hello, Harvard. My name is Diego. I'm from Puerto Rico, and I'm so excited to meet you all.
Hi, Harvard. My name is Anna. Greetings from Slovenia. Pozdravia, Slovenia.
Yes, Harvard. Hello, Harvard. So proud to be part of you. Greetings from our beloved Greece. My name is Danai.
Hello, Harvard from Finland. My name is Rosanna.
Hey, Harvard. I'm Noah Tavares.
Hi, Harvard College Class of 2024. I'm President Backow, but please feel free to call me Larry. Everybody does. It's my honor to welcome you officially to the Harvard community. We're more than 315,000 strong, living and working in nearly every country and making countless contributions in communities around the world. Today, you begin to undertake a task of great significance, determining how you and you alone will spend the next 4 years of your life. Dean Khurana urged you to see your time at Harvard as transformational rather than transactional. And Dean O'Dare encouraged you to take full advantage of your newness. To their wisdom, I'll add my own words of advice, and they're simply, find your way to heal this world. Throughout childhood and young adulthood, you've experienced the thrill of more and more opportunities to decide what you will do, when you will do it, and how you'll do it. It started simply enough, peas or carrots, for example. Then it grew into negotiations about bedtime, about screen time, about driving time, the list goes on. If you haven't thanked your parents or the people closest to you for all of those chances to learn and grow, chances that ultimately set you on a course to this very moment, you should make it one of your goals this week. And if you've done it already, there's no harm in doing it again. Remember, you have lots of people to help you through this transition. Advisors, resident tutors, deans, PAFs, and others. By contrast, your parents and your family are on their own. You need to help them through their transition. This moment is about you, but it's also about the people who helped you along the way and the people you will encounter over the course of the next 4 years, and candidly, over the course of the rest of your lives. With the privilege of a Harvard education comes the responsibility to use your considerable talents to make this world a better place. Start close to home. Social distancing, mask wearing, hand washing, these actions may save your life, the life of someone close to you, the life of someone you'll never meet. In moments when compliance feels like a nuisance, and we've all been there, I hope you'll remember the stakes and do the right thing. Expand your reach and make your voice heard. There are, as Dean Khurana has mentioned, political campaigns that would benefit from your involvement, especially at this moment of deep division in this country. For those of you who are eligible to vote in the upcoming elections, I will now give you your first homework assignment. Register to vote, inform yourself of the candidates and the issues, and cast a ballot. It's the first responsibility of citizenship in a democracy, and at Harvard we take this responsibility very seriously. In fact, while you're at a computer, bookmark this website. IOP for Institute of Politics .turbovote.org. Again, that's iop.turbovote.org. We've made it very easy for you to register and request a ballot. Now go do it. And finally, find your cause and fight for it. And when you see something wrong, try to right it. I've yet to meet anyone of any political leaning who thinks the world we live in is perfect. The only way it's likely to get better is if good people like you work to repair it. Through everyday action, through focused effort, through lifelong attention and engagement. This summer, just this week, the streets of cities across this country have been filled with protesters. Demonstrations unlike any I've seen since I was your age. People are marching for justice. They're marching in the name of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and now Jacob Blake. They're marching against racism, and they're shining a light on systems and symbols in this country and elsewhere that perpetuate inequality. That too is democracy in action. Citizens exercising their rights to help right wrongs. People working together to form a more perfect union. Always remember that anything worth doing tends to generate discussion and debate. In difficult moments, I hope you'll be generous and patient listeners, eager to understand those whose views you do not share, and I hope they pay you the same courtesy. Every conversation that deepens your understanding of something that's important to you, even if, especially if it's the perspective of someone who disagrees with you, is education too. Never forget, no one has a monopoly on virtue. If we believe in truth, if we believe in veritas, we must be willing to be proven wrong. Today you accept the challenge of making good on the opportunities before you, for your own sake and for the sake of causes as varied as the members of this class. Welcome to Harvard Class of 2024. Good luck to you and Godspeed. And now, a beautiful meditation on the power of public service prepared by the Harvard Choruses and the Kumbha Singers, followed by a special welcome from Danny Perez. They are senior in Leverett House and one of this year's co-chairs of the Fire Pre-Orientation Program. Once again, best of luck to each and every one of you. I look forward to seeing you, to meeting you in person when that permits. Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. James Baldwin. Love is action, commitment, service, a promise to face each other's struggles, to hear each other's stories, this spectrum of experiences we carry. Love is sacrifice, understanding, trust. We learn each other's pain and triumphs, history and aspirations, and start to see each other with clearer eyes, with compassion. Love is solidarity, support, partnership. When we multiply the voices of our peers and our communities, we resound. We stand for each other and with each other. We owe each other our strength to do what we can with what we have, to leave each other better than we were found.
Hello everyone and happy convocation. My name is Danny Perez and I'm a senior at the college. First off, congratulations. Not only on getting into Harvard, but also for getting through every single hurdle you went through to get here. It's been an overwhelming and unpredictable year, and since things have likely been so nonstop for you recently, I want you to take a moment to breathe this in. You are here. You did that. And you are about to brave a new and monumental year in your life. Based on the conversations that I've had with some of you through the FIRE pre-orientation program, I can already see that you are confronting this exciting yet uniquely challenging year with the resilience, adaptability, and perseverance that I deeply admire. You are showing up and showing out, and I look up to you for that. When I first arrived at Harvard 3 years ago, I had no idea what to expect. Struggling to get my 2 massive boxes with everything that belonged to me from the Science Center to the 4th floor of Mass Hall, I felt so intimidated by this new world around me. I had just left my small Minnesotan hometown of 900 people, and I was the first in my high school and my family to go to a place like Harvard. I was still trying to process saying goodbye to the community who made me who I am. I could never have gotten here without my family, friends, teachers, and mentors, yet I was here without them, and I was trying hard to push back the homesickness that was settling in on me. At the same time, thinking of them strengthened me and reminded me of their love for me and their faith in me. I wanted, more than anything, to make them proud. So I thought to myself, if I was able to make it this far, I'm going to learn how to navigate Harvard the same way I'm going to get these 2 60-pound boxes across the yard, on my own and as fast as humanly possible so that hopefully no one notices me struggling. In my mind, it would only take about a month or so until I got myself together and could finally become a contributing member of the Harvard community. I knew I wasn't ready yet, but I didn't think that I would need any extra help to get the hang of things. So, to my endless frustration, fast forward 2 months, and I was still sleeping through lectures, forgetting to do my readings, and getting lost every time I stepped outside of the yard. Each of these things could have been easily solved by reaching out to someone, but all that I could focus on was that each slip-up made it so much harder to believe that I would ever be a good enough Harvard student. The more time that it took for me to get the hang of things, the more I felt like I was the admissions office's single greatest fumble of all time. And so, if I could just travel back in time to my first year, I would tell myself exactly what I want to tell each of you today. You belong at Harvard, just as you are right now. No adjustments necessary. There is nothing more you need to do to be good enough for Harvard, and there is nothing you could do, no number of missed lectures or C-minuses, that could change or undermine the tremendous value you bring into this community. When you arrived here with your duffel bags or your Zoom screens, your high hopes and the butterflies in your stomach, you were bringing along Harvard's greatest treasure, yourself. As you faced your first classes, your entrance exam scores, and the LinkedIn profiles of your classmates, don't forget everything that you bring to the table. Your perspectives, experiences, learned lessons, and the loving labor of your family and communities have given each of you a critical role to play at the school. Don't let labels like underserved, underrepresented, underprivileged, or disadvantaged ever make you feel like you are any less worthy of being here. Your upbringing and your identities are your strong suits, and every single challenge or setback you have faced has given you a powerful set of tools that is unique to you and will allow you to thrive here. And you will. Will you hit some bumps in the road? Absolutely. Contrary to what my first year self thought, the learning curve at Harvard is ongoing, and I'm still experiencing it even as a senior. A big part of learning at Harvard is realizing that the mistakes you will make will not define you, and they will not veer you off course. Rather, to your future surprise, you might find that these mistakes will guide you exactly to where you need to be. I don't think that I would be a fire coach here today if I hadn't experienced failures, missed opportunities, and felt many times like I didn't belong. But rather, each of these experiences has not only strengthened me, but also led me towards the community and found family that has made Harvard home for me. Having met 3 generations of first years and seeing how similar your fears, doubts, and insecurities are to mine when I was in your place, I feel so much more compassion for my first year self. So my hope for each of you is that throughout your first year, you will be compassionate and generous with yourself and each other at every single step of this journey. And when you find it a little difficult or perhaps impossible to reach for that compassion, know that you have a dream team of mentors, communities, staff, faculty, and upper level students who are here to remind you of all the power that you hold, even at your lowest moments. There is no shortage of office hours, student support offices, student orgs, and community events that are here to make you feel as comfortable, accompanied, and prepared as possible throughout your entire college experience. So, I know that you might feel a little lost in a sea of acronyms and office names after orientation, but genuinely, make the most of these resources. Let yourself ask for help before things get hard. And don't be afraid to connect with the people who are already so excited to get to know you, myself included. So reach out to us, cold email us, annoy us, because we are here and you never have to go through anything on your own. So that being said, welcome. This community awaits you. Your Harvard family awaits you. During these next 4 years, you are going to transform this place and grow in more ways than you could have ever imagined. And whether you are watching this from your dorm or your family home or somewhere else, I am so thankful that you are here. And now I am delighted to introduce Dean of Undergraduate Education, Amanda Klebaugh. Thank you.
Greetings, class of 2024. There's so much to say about the next 4 years and about everything that lies before you. But I'm mindful of the fact that classes are starting tomorrow, and so I feel that what I should do is give you some concrete advice. This advice is prompted by something I learned this past spring when I attended the final session of a course on the psychology of stress. In this course, students were asked to identify sources of stress at Harvard and to propose solutions. Many of their presentations focused on what they called busy culture. Busy culture, as they described it, is a culture of students trying to do too many things, in part because they want to, and in part because they feel they have to. They're overawed by all the opportunities at Harvard, and so they feel obliged to comp as many clubs, to earn as many credentials, to rack up as many experiences as they can. Or they're a little intimidated by the people around them, and so they push themselves to do what they think everyone else is already doing, and in this way, they intimidate everyone else in turn. Busy culture is, these students reported, their chief source of stress. It leaves them racing from one thing to another without enough time to relax or rest, and with no time at all to deal with unexpected challenges. No time to recover from an illness, or fix a crashed hard drive, or heal a broken heart. Just as bad, busy culture leaves students feeling alienated from the very things that should give them meaning. They can't commit to any one thing when they're already falling behind on the next. They can't build meaningful friendships when everyone's scheduling coffees 3 weeks out. Listening to these students present, I realized that busy culture is not just a source of stress, it also poses a real threat to the college's mission. And that's because busy culture encourages students, whether they want to or not, to view everything they're doing in transactional terms, everything as yet another box to be checked, yet another hoop to be jumped through, yet another line to put on the resume. But if busy culture is inherently transactional, then the opposite is also true. Transformation takes time. Now, time is the one thing we can't give you. We can provide you with world-class facilities, laboratories and observatories, art museums and arboretums. We can gather together brilliant people from around the globe, faculty at the frontiers of their fields, students who will lead their generation. But only you can give yourself the time you need to avail yourself of these resources. Please do so. Please don't let busy culture get in the way. Think of it this way. What's the use of our maintaining one of the world's great libraries if students are too busy to do the reading? What's the use of our gathering the world's best faculty if students are too busy to go to office hours? What's the use of our bringing all of you together if you're too busy to talk about the things you're learning? So here's the concrete advice. Make sure you have the time that transformation requires. Commit to fewer things so you can do those things more meaningfully. With respect to your academics, this means making sure you have the time you need to do all the work on the syllabus and to do that work in a steady, incremental way. No hasty skimming of masterpieces, no playing lectures at twice the normal speed, no all-nighters cramming material that you'll forget as soon as the exam is done. Instead, make a plan to work in frequent intervals so that you're continually reinforcing and consolidating what you're learning. It also means making sure you have time to do things that aren't on the syllabus. The syllabus, you'll soon discover, is more a starting point than a destination. There's always more to learn, and your professors will invite you to do so. They'll mention books they think you might enjoy, or they'll talk about interesting debates in their field. They'll invite you to brown bag lunches to hear works in progress, or to talks given by visitors doing cutting-edge research. They'll talk with you in office hours about the connection between what you're learning in class and what's going on in the world. Leave yourself time to accept these invitations, time to attend a poetry reading, or participate in a hackathon, time to go on a field trip, time to get lost in an archive, time to go beyond what the assignment requires, time to learn things simply because they interest you, time to be transformed. And now, as we do every year at Convocation, we will close this celebration with the traditional singing of Fair Harvard, the college's alma mater, by the combined choruses of Harvard and by the Harvard Band. Welcome, Harvard Class of 2024. We are so glad you're here.
Fair Harvard, we join in thy jubilee throng, and with blessing surrender thee all.
By these festival rites from the age that is past to the age that is waiting before. O relic and tide of our ancestors' worth, that has long kept their memory warm. First flower of their wilderness, star of their night, come rising through change and through storm. Fair Harvard, we join in thy jubilee throng,
Bye.